We haven't heard much from Mike Huckabee as of late. His daughter has now moved into sort of his little media slot. But here is Mike Huckabee. He's still... What's amazing is that, like, when was the last time... when was the last time you thought about marriage equality? About gay people getting married, unless you knew, I guess, a couple that got married. But it seems like this was settled a decade ago. I feel like that. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're still wrestling with it.
I'm not wrestling with it. The last
That's
time
okay, Kelly.
I thought about it was in, I don't know, my daily fear spirals of things that we're going to lose
well,
in a Trump presidency.
Fair enough. Well, it's not just a Trump presidency; it's Republican control of all of it.
Yes, it's a Republican Congress. Trump is really...
Apparently, Mike Huckabee is also thinking the same thing, but he's thinking of it as this is one of the positives. Here he is talking with the religious right, sort of a historian, but sort of like a fictional historian.
Not exactly a historical fiction writer either.
David Barton, in a new DVD called The Constitutional Christian.
We should do a showing of this, actually, maybe.
Oh, that might be a good bonus thing. Oh, that's a good idea. Make a list. Kelly, make a list of one. Go. Here is Mike Huckabee explaining what is so wrong about marriage equality.
What we now have is not a nation of law. We have a nation that is governed by 5 unelected, black-robed lawyers.
Pause it for 1 second. We should tell you, we did not add this music. The music was already in there to heighten the drama of these black-robed...
yeah, I didn't also add the pause after with the black.
Really bizarre pause.
He couldn't remember. Are we supposed to say robed or black-robed? I can't remember. Go ahead.
Of law. We have a nation that is governed by 5 unelected, black-robed lawyers. Think about this. This wasn't even a unanimous decision of the court. It was a sharply divided decision. 5 unelected lawyers invalidated the votes of tens of millions of Americans, 34 states, and the will of many people.
Pause it. Now, I should just be clear here. He's not talking about the Bush v. Gore decision that brought George Bush to the presidency. He's talking about the Obergefell decision, which allowed for marriage equality.
Single moment decided that they were going to redefine marriage. Now, what's most remarkable, and I'll try to keep this short, but I'm passionate about this because it goes to the heart of why our country's falling apart. It's not about same-sex marriage so much as it is the process. By their circumventing the process of this being decided by the people, they decided that it was what they should have done and what the people should have thought. What the real sin of this was that there's not a word in the Constitution about marriage.
Pause it for 1 second. I should also make it clear he's not talking about the absolving of slavery, too. He's not talking about that. Go ahead.
The Constitution of the United States has not one word that defines marriage, says what marriage is or should be. And the 10th Amendment says if it's not in the Constitution, it's left to the states. So for all of us who believe that the 10th Amendment was that one last fence that kept the federal government from getting too big for its britches, suddenly the federal government busted out of its britches in a huge way and said, there is no 10th Amendment. We can do whatever we doggone well want to. And we don't have to have language. We don't have to have words. We don't have to have boundaries or parameters. We are God. Now, I know that they didn't say it in that term, but Tom, what they basically said in June of 2015 was, we are God. We're not just the God of law in the country. We are God Almighty, and we have redefined marriage according to the wishes of 5 unelected lawyers.
So it's not clear if he is chastising the other 4 for not joining with the 5 in that decision. But I'll tell you something. There is nothing more disturbing than when America pops out of its britches. It's just
I remember
burst out of its
Kennedy's
britches.
concurrence, where he agreed with the decision, but said he did not think that they were God incarnated in black robes.
I busted out of britches like a bitch.
So there it
When
is,
you're in
folks.
America,
It's
they let you
not
do it.
that he has a problem with marriage equality. It's that he has a problem with the process. You didn't let some states retain their bigotry. Now, of course, there's a million things that are not written about in the Constitution, right? Like, I don't know, union agency fees or abortion, or there's plenty of things that are not mentioned in it. The idea that we would take principles of the Constitution, due process, equal protection, whatever it is, and apply it to different scenarios is the least controversial thing that one could ever imagine. Unless, of course, he really actually had a problem with the
It's not
underlying
what
thing.
Glenn Beck says.
It is not what Glenn Beck says. Hi, folks. It's Sam Seder. You know me from just a minute ago. Listen, we've had a problem on YouTube. Let me make a graphic visualization. Back in March, our revenue and the ads that were monetized was a lot, like here. And now, over the course of actually within a day into April, it's down to about here. Now, this is just a artist rendering, but that's basically it. We were here, and now we're here. That's because of some YouTube thing where advertisers were concerned on being on hate sites. And, of course, we're a news organization that sometimes talks about hateful people, and we got caught up in their algorithm. I thought it would be fixed by now. It's not. We need your help to keep giving you free content on YouTube. We don't have the advertiser support that we had even back, here. So we're looking for your help. Go to our Patreon site, give a couple of bucks. Literally, you could give a couple, and it would be very helpful. Head over there. Here's the link right here or down there. It's somewhere around here. Find it and go help us out. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.